What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Sal in the building, man. Again, thank you to everybody who's watching this now and in the future. Today is episode 208. Episode number 208. Let me refresh the chat. Episode number 208 for August 31st, 2017. And today is Thursday's show. And we're going to wrap up the week. Let me get my equity feed and my Excel folder up so we can see what are the hot stocks we've been talking about and stocks we need to be talking about. After so many weeks of shitting on, oil, we saw a really nice move in oil today. What's up, Cruise Cuts? Ram that's a rat. Stockafellow, what's up, bro? So we saw, a nice move in oil today, man. I'm not feeling the USOs, although, there was a big move in USO today. I'm loving the little stuff. I'm loving the little beat up oil plays that were at the top of the charts today, because all the refineries in Houston, the Houston area, have pretty much been shut off. North Carolina today announced a state of emergency as they are now critically low on oil. They are critically low on crude right now. Shout out to the people coming into the chat room. Again, this is episode number 209, ATO Trader. Stockafellow, what's up, man? It's been a minute. Quintavious, Mr. Maniac, Roderick Gray. All right, let me go ahead and get the show started with. Hey, Stockafellow, you guys still doing that class thing you guys used to do? I remember you guys would post up videos sometimes at your YouTube of you guys doing like a class and whatnot with that other young lady and whatnot. Yes, indeed. 1618 Ancients. What's up, man? What's up, Jeff Thayer? Got the Marine in the building. Oh, okay. All right. Good. Still on. All right. Still on. Shout out to all David and Joe over at Investors Hangout. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to send them an email. I don't know if you guys use Investors Hangout or not, but they used to do a live show during the day. I hadn't gotten a notification for their live show in a while. So I don't know what's going on with their situation over there at Investors Hangout, because they used to have a live show. Yeah, and last time I'm looking at it here, and it's been a minute, man, since they've had a live show. I'm seeing a couple 4 days ago. All right, so it looks like they did something a week ago. All right, so not as regular, but they're doing some things here and there. What's up, Low Key? All right, so let's get into it. All right, let's get into it. People will come in slowly but surely. And I talked about yesterday a lot of gold that was running. We saw gold today continue to go higher, but interesting enough, it was weird to also see the exchanges push forward. As you can see here on my screen, the SPY now breaking out. And I'm not going to fight this trend. You guys know how much I just feel like there's just so much more money to be made on the downside than up. But look, now we're talking about a market that's going to be breaking out here. 3 consecutive days now, bouncing off. In fact, I want to show you how bad of a chart buster this has been over the last 3 days. Let's take a look at the Qs, and where I imagine this market could funnel through. Look what it's basically done. I mean, it's just exploded through my funnel, and now we're talking breakout here. And this I mentioned on Twitter Q's 145. So you're in the money now. You're definitely in the money now after I tweeted that. I want to say almost 2 days ago now. SPY 145 was the buy, and now you're sitting pretty deep in the money, over $1.20 in the money, and this could very well go for at least one more day. I hate when I see that, because you know that tends to cool off for the chart to start looking a little bit more. What's the word? I don't know. I know professional is not the word for it, but that's not how it's definitely supposed to look. That's a little bit too much of a drastic move from that test of that 140 support. Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, it's been a monster. I mean, it's you know, we're going higher. We're going higher. I'm not fighting it anymore. I'm not even going to talk about a pullback anymore. Now I'm shorting reliable trash stocks again. So already looking at situations that got, you know, stocks that are going to shit during the holiday season. I'm already looking for some holiday picks. I mentioned yesterday, those of you guys who can afford it, 1,000 December Amazon, I'll jump on it now. You're going to be deep in the money by the time that comes around. In fact, I'll probably go into January if you can and play into that December run. But I'm not even going to talk about this coming back down after what this just did over the last week. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Crazy, crazy shit. Where's my ka-ching? Okay. Let's take a look at BVTK. 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 All right, so sold off. And nobody had brought this up for a while, too. Nobody had brought it up. So up 16% today. Looks kind of very much like AMFE, a stock that sold off and now, you know, hanging up there. Very similar chart to AMFE. You know, both stocks, BVTK, MFE, former runners now getting tired. But let's see if they hang on to these one-day situations. As you can see here, AMFE barely hanging on to yesterday's gains. Man, when will MJ stocks ever heat back up? Well, here's the thing. New York City's got marijuana on the ballot, man. So we'll see how people start looking at that. But New York City has got marijuana on the ballot. I believe that came out on Tuesday. Find out if that's going to be for this coming 2018 or not. I'm not sure if it's for 2018. Somebody confirmed that, but I read an article. Didn't read the whole thing. You know, when it's online, it's long as hell. You kind of skim through it. And I did find out that New York has marijuana on the ballot. I don't foresee them having any problem with that going through. I don't see them having any problem with that going through. All right, IDDR. Let's take a look at some of you guys' tickers in the chat room. IDDR looks like it ran yesterday. We didn't talk about this yesterday. I don't see this listed as one of the tickers we talked about yesterday. Nice move on the play here, IDDR. God dang, from 0010 to a penny. 0010 to a penny. You're up well over 1,000% now in 2 days. 1,000% in 2 days now in IDDR, man. So shout out to the promoters and people behind that. That's a huge win for people who took advantage of that play. Not bad, IDDR. And I'm surprised you actually had decent volume the 2 days. Look at that. You know, no real decline in the volume. So you got people to commit to the money in IDDR. Nice move. I got to hand it to them. They did a good job there. What's going on, Kenny Dutton? Yeah, T-Stout, that could be a big deal. You know, again, if we start to get more clarification on that, and hopefully as, you know, marijuana plays start to play that up. Hey, you know, there's marijuana that's going to be in New York, statewide. It's not a city thing. You know, it's not a New York City, it's statewide. But I don't doubt that, you know, the city of New York might make it a little bit hard to have marijuana there. I mean, you know, liberals say they're so progressive, this and that, but, you know, they sure are, you know, assholes when it comes to allowing you to, you know, use a weapon or smoke marijuana or shit like that. You know, they're not so progressive on that shit. Oh, well, fear of Sessions is exactly why marijuana is where it is now. You know. So fear of Sessions is you know, and I wouldn't say it's even fear. It's just the lack of, you know, the lack of direction from him. You know, and the fact that, you know, he's seen as somebody who is pretty outdated in terms of policy. But, you know, that's why I was really disappointed when Trump picked him, because he talked so much about drain the swamp, drain the swamp. That man's a career politician. Literally right out of law school, went straight into the prosecutor's office as an assistant attorney. This man has never had a private sector job, ever. You know, so you're talking about somebody who's got a lot of old ideas, a lot of old ways of seeing government. So I was pretty disappointed with that. AMMJ, American Cannabis Corporation, up 2%. That's a marijuana play, as the name stresses. Looks like it's been doing pretty good since June. Nice move on that, because you're seeing those higher lows. It's been pulling back, but as long as you're still getting those trolls going in the right direction, that's not bad, and it's picking itself up. Yeah, Kenny, I'm keeping the shades on, man. These blue light blockers, you know. These monitors, I'm in front of these monitors, you know, from, you know, 7:30, 7:45 till now. I'm still on the computer. You know, I work from home, so I gotta wear these things, and since I've been wearing them, man, no headaches, no nothing. So I'm gonna continue to preach about this stuff. I love them. MMEX. Let's take a look at MMEX. Up 6%, 2 cents a share. Okay, missed a move on that. That's a nice multiple day situation there. Man, now you're really high up there, but shout out to the gains. I mean, you're up over 100% since the end of July. Over 100%. 862, you're on the air. What's up?
Yes, DXTR. I invested that today. I got a bad placement at 0.40, and I'm looking. Do you think it's going to make a rebound tomorrow, or is it going to keep going up?
What's the ticker?
DXTR.
DXTR. Sounds very familiar. Okay, Dexterra Surgical. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Up 10%. Oh, nice move today. Look, where did that volume come from? Where's all the excitement coming on from this?
So the FDA gave them approval, not necessarily a license or whatever, but an approval for their device, their medical device.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. Yeah, I do see. We talked about this earlier in the week, but no one brought it up yesterday. Now, where are you looking to take profits at here? I do see here it's just above the line where it gapped down at back in May. Where are you looking to take profits?
Yeah, I mean, I bought a bunch of shares at 0.40, and then I saw it losing it, so I bought it at the low of 0.35 to kind of average it out. Mm-hmm. But I really like to see 0.45 maybe.
Okay. I think you can get there. I mean, we'll see what happens tomorrow. I mean, there are a lot of people in this stock right now, and you're not that. I wouldn't say you're that oversold. Like I said, it's so interesting how you started having that hesitation just where the stock had gapped down back in May. So let's see if it can break through that tomorrow. You really need that. You're going to really need that. But yeah, you touched 44 today. So, I mean, there's a very much of a possibility that, it could continue to run. Let's see what happens tomorrow.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it, man. Thank you for the ticker. All right. All right. So, yeah, guys, I mean, we tried to stay on top of these things, and Again, if we don't bring up a ticker and something you saw here a day ago or 2 days ago, and you've been, you're in it, you're on top of it, let us know, because we don't always bring up the same tickers every single day. We average anywhere between 55 to 60 tickers a night. So, things do switch up. Things do switch up. East Coast hurricane watch for September 4th. Yeah, I see there is another hurricane coming towards us. But man, we've done it to ourselves when it comes to this environment. So, Mother Nature is just giving us what we've sowed. AZFL, Amazon's floor stall. Back on the winning side of things. You guys know almost last 3 days it's been selling off. So back on the winning side of things on AZFL. 000 stock now at 0019. Boy, you would have loved this at the triples, right? Oh, who would have loved to see some of that at 0004, 0003? Sitting on some fat pockets if you took advantage of it. Appreciate it, Ann. Thank you. I see some bringing up ONCI. Let's take a look at ONCI. ONCI, watched this stock for a while. Beautiful move. Didn't take advantage of the move here, but it's a stock that I've been watching for a period of time here, and it definitely broke out at the beginning of August here. Now been sitting mightily. I don't like where it's sitting at right now, just because it has such a history of giving up gains not too long after they make them. So I don't like where it's sitting. It's looking like it's finding some kind of support up there at the 0030s. But I don't, I think it's almost just too much downside risk there. Too much downside risk there. Kind of scary for me, but if you know some information or something that I'm not taking into consideration, please let us know. Please let us know. Okay. Please let us know. There might be something we're not seeing it. Technical analysis is not about prediction as much as it's about the possibility of us going into whatever direction we think it could go. All right. See here, AG, as we started the show, as I mentioned, the commodities are up. The commodities are up. Interesting because, again, we saw the markets break out today. So, that's some interesting, I don't want to say divergence, but there's another word for it. It's off the tip of my tongue. I'm not sure of it. But to see commodities and the market run at the same time, or maybe I am using the right word, but that's not what is supposed to happen. Nice move there on AG, and among them I did see again some other gold plays and silver plays run. Yamana Gold, this one has got a lot of volatility to it. I mean, again, been beaten up by the fall in value of gold, but again, when it starts running again, these junior miners, do get going. And I wouldn't call AUI a junior miner because they're actually a pretty big company, but really beaten up from the price of gold. Yeah, MUX, I like MUX. MUX is one that really can get going. I like MUX. It can really get going when things turn around. But, as we've been watching here on the show, what's been going on with Bitcoin, I'm thinking, look, all the money that's in Bitcoin right now, that would be in gold and silver. I mean, let's be honest. All that money that's in Bitcoin right now, if the technology didn't exist, if Bitcoin didn't exist, they'd be playing, gold and silver. So I'm starting to think that Bitcoin is the new hedge. It's the new hedge for the untrustful American with cash sitting to, looking for a way to protect, the value of his money. And for the international investor, there are international investors getting on top of Bitcoin too. So I'm looking at Canadian stocks. Look, some of those Canadian stocks that trade on the U.S. exchanges, I like those. But when we talking about stocks that are trading on the exchanges in Canada, I don't like those. You know, even though yes, you can trade them from this side of the border, I don't like them. All right, let's see what else was. And biotech, we still continue to see some gains in some good biotech plays. IOVA, I've never seen this play, but we saw unusual. I had an unusual volume alert on IOVA. You know, I do see they had an FDA fast track designation today on their drug, and it was interesting. You know, I didn't see anything in the chart to jump on it, but nice move for the stock here. 202, I bet that's Africa Emporium. What's up?
What's going on, Brother Sal? Uncle Johnson there to the panel.
Yes, indeed. What's up, man?
Doing good, man. Just kind of want to call in and kind of keep the momentum going, man. I think I got that cryptocurrency itch or buzz a little bit like Bova. So, you know, we were speaking about Litecoin yesterday. I know the one of the guys in the back chat, Andreas Mina, he took that, you know, that leap of faith and got into Litecoin.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm sure, I don't know if you checked it today, but it's already up another $10. Actually, it's more than that because when I first spoke about it on the 28th, it was at $61.
Yeah.
Now it hit a high of 74.
Yeah, I saw that. That's just man, this is, you know, $100 now is no doubt. I'm waiting for this pullback because I'm seeing here it is kind of hot. So I'm, you know, we're back to 71. If I can get some 68, 69s, I wouldn't mind it. I know I'm not going to have a lot of time because there's no doubt that pullback is not going to last. We're headed to 100 right here in Litecoin.
Yes, and I've been doing a little back-end research on it, too, from, you know, different analysts and so forth. And, you know, everybody across the board is already saying that, I mean, this thing is definitely going to be over $100, you know, in the next couple months of that. We give it about a month.
I wouldn't even give it a couple months. I'll give it maybe by the middle of September. Yeah, middle of September, we should already be there.
And that's what I'm saying, too. And even if it has a little correction, you know, because they say the month of September is kind of hard for all stocks, but we know this is moving on a different dynamic. It's not like, you know, tied to the U.S. market where they can really manipulate it. Mm-hmm. You know, and I think, you know, by all intents and purposes, it will definitely hit that 100 mark by mid-September. So, you know, I'm thinking about pulling the trigger, making an investment on it now. They're saying $200 buyout. Somewhere between October, November should be at near $200. And that's what the analysts are saying. Several different analysts are already putting it out there. They're saying, you know, the whole market as cryptocurrency as a whole has reached over $172 billion in the last 2 months.
Yeah. The
last 2 months it has reached over $172 billion. And, you know, and it's not going to stop, you know, especially in terms of Litecoin, because Litecoin also has, you know, set itself in.
Yeah.
It's here for the long haul now. And I don't even know what Bitcoin did today. Can you pull up the Bitcoin chart?
Yeah, Bitcoin today hit up 4,800 today.
Like 4,800, right?
Yeah, Bitcoin hit up 4,800 before pulling back a little bit. Actually, 47.81. So we're there. We're almost there.
47.81. Right.
Yeah.
So these are what you call your big set it and forget it plays. You know, you if you got an extra $500 laying around, it don't seem like much, but keep in mind, Litecoin was at $61 a couple days ago when I spoke about it. It hit a high of 74 today, and it's not going to stop. You know, and it's still moving obviously because you know it's not trading on the U.S. market. So, you know, hey, you know these are opportunities here, guys. You know, a couple $100 to sit on it. You know, what do you have to lose, you know, at this point in the game if you're an investor? So just want to put that out there. Just keep that in mind, guys. I'm going to keep doing a little research on the back end, whatever I can do to kind of help the Discord and others kind of get familiar with the ideas of getting into these different cryptocurrencies and so forth. And beyond that, we definitely going to stay on the penny side. So one ticker I want to throw out to you real fast as well, APVO. After hours play jumped up $1.95.
Damn, dude, what's going on here? Aptivo Therapeutics. I'm guessing something dropped after hours. Oh shit! Yes, it did. Okay, yeah. The company announced an agreement, $74.5 million to sell one of their drugs. Wow. Okay.
So heavy move there. Dollar and like it went up to over $2, I believe, somewhere around there.
Well, yeah. I mean, this deal represents almost 200% of their market cap. It's literally double their market cap. This is crazy.
Right.
This is crazy.
Right. And the bears are trying to jump on it too, so you may get some chance to short it tomorrow. So you may want to put that on your list if you do a long or a short.
I wouldn't dare short this tomorrow. I mean, I bet this is a low floater too. I bet this is a low floater. I mean, this is already pretty low on the RSI. I wouldn't dare short a stock like this, especially if we're talking about something that's got less than 40 million shares out there. I don't know what the float is on APTV. On APVO. If we got less than 40 million out there, I wouldn't even dare. Right.
And I'm just, and obviously the news just came out. So this came out after hours. So a lot of retail investors haven't even seen this yet.
Wow.
And it's weird too because I was too busy doing stuff around the house today. I didn't get a chance to take my position, after hours to kind of swing it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm definitely going to be watching this daily pre-market tomorrow. Like I say, low float from what I'm looking at. For an idea of what it can do. Like I said, it was very low in the RSI. So it's just everything that kind of promotes a good opportunity to get more run out of it. We know when retail investors come in and see this news tomorrow and hey, who knows? So that might be a good runner for tomorrow. We do know that the market's closed Monday. So guys, make sure you trade very, very safe Friday. If you're going to swing a trade, make sure you are very, very confident in that trade. If not, pull your money and sit tight. Don't trust this market right now with too much going on in the political arena. So just want to put that out there. And, I got a few more tickets. I'll put them in the back chat and let the show continue on.
Jeez, man. Now look at this. APVO already. The ask is at $295. I was about to scream, this is going to 3. Yeah. Mr. JRH in the chat room says got a 17 million share float. This is going past 3 tomorrow. There's no doubt about 17 million shares.
Easily.
We might turn that over maybe 2 or 3 times tomorrow. We'll see how that goes.
Yes. I'm thinking, I didn't want to kind of, jump out there too soon because, we got a lot of newbies in there. You don't want to kind of, give them that illusion granted. They got to know what they're doing. But I'm definitely thinking this thing can hit at least $4 or $5 tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
With the buying craze that's going to come in when people see this. And, I don't think the short interest is that high in there as well because, like I said, it was sitting low in the RSI. So this may very well be the play for tomorrow for a quick, quick little scalp or, hit it a couple of times and get out of it. So just keep that in mind, guys. I want to put that out there.
There it is, man. Appreciate it. Thank you so much, Africa Emporium.
Always, Brother Sal. Keep it up. Keep doing what you're doing.
Yes, indeed, man. Shout out to Africa Emporium. Be very careful on this on pre-market because you got guys who came in after hours. They're looking to sell pre-market tomorrow. So pre-market, you're going to see a run already. But typically towards the beginning of the day, you'll see the stock start to sell off. And, be able, you can pretty much get in pretty good. Typically, I want to say anywhere between like 15 to almost 30 minutes before the bell rings. You can get in pretty good. And then play the run up, before the pullback. But as we go 2 hours, an hour before the open, guys get to, getting shitting on people. So particularly people who bought after hours, that's when they want to unload pre-market as well, because they know you're excited. There are a lot of people who don't know what they're doing a lot of times pre-market who just want to get in, and they get in way too high. Now, here's the thing, though. The market could end up catching them. But, I mean, if we go pre-market and we're in the 360s pre-market, I think you probably done yourself a disservice. Even though we might get to you. I don't know how soon that's going to happen. You might find yourself waiting an hour until we get back up there. 646, I think that was Ken. Give me a call back, Ken. Just missed your call. But yeah, put that on your watch list for tomorrow morning, ladies and gentlemen. That's a big deal. That's a bottom line change maker right there for that stock. 646, you're on the air. What's up?
It's Ken. How's it going?
Hey, what's going on, Ken?
What's going on? I thought you'd be interested. That OMBS. So the merger news came out before market open, and the stock tanked.
Yeah.
It shows you. It just shows you. If you read the
you know, when we talk merger news, especially when we talk OTC merger news, it just doesn't act the same way, man. You know, that's the thing about trading OTCs. It's just so different. And I almost feel sorry for the people because, as you can see here, they weren't selling because they thought the news would really be a game changer for the stock. But I probably foresee this selling even more aggressively tomorrow. I think you're going to get a big drop tomorrow if now that the catalyst is come and gone.
Right. Let me give you a new one tonight. FUTL, Futureland Corporation. It's cryptocurrency and marijuana. Great combination.
Okay. Yeah, Futureland, definitely something we've heard about. They have the marijuana. Supposedly, I read like I don't know if they still have like fishing business supposedly, where it was not necessarily, it's like a indoor home fisheries kind of thing where they, I know there's a word for it, but kind of like farm fishing or whatever it's called. But FUTL, yeah, interesting business. Got a lot of, and it's actually a real thing. I mean, they actually have these products and whatnot. So it is a legit company. But
heaviest volume in their history today.
Yeah, they actually have something going on. I do see here they dropped some news not too long ago too. But nice move in the ticker.
And what do you think of the flow on that one? I don't think it's that big.
Let me see here. I can try to pull it up. I don't know what the float is of it. It's been a while since I looked at it. And, these companies give away shares like crack cocaine.
I know. It's crazy.
Share. Okay, I got a float of $460 million, which actually isn't too bad for an OTC stock if this is correct. If this is correct,
right,
and they have a float of only $460 million and trading at 0010, that's actually that's a good float because you're you're still at a price where you can grab a ton of shares. There's no doubt guys can come in and swoop up 5 million, 6 million shares at a time at this price right now. So that's a really a good float if this float is indeed accurate.
Okay, one more tonight. Liquid metal LQMT. This said it's doing well because I believe it's the Apple announced the iPhone launch this on Tuesday, September 12th. We might want to be on the show talking about plays related to this Apple launch that we can make money on.
Yeah, you see, I honestly I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't know any. I know it has a lot to do with what parts are in it and whatnot. So I don't follow the iPhone that much to tell you. LQMT though looks like it's had an incredible chart for over the last 2 years, almost a year and a half. Really, it's got some pullbacks, but it's been looking like a buy and hold, up over almost 400%, or near a little bit over 300% since 2016. But still looking really nice. I mean, I don't know. It looks like a legitimate company here. I mean, this is basically how the chart looks right now.
LQ, slow and grinding higher.
Yeah, Liquid Metal Technologies. I would do some research on this business because you got people buying and holding this thing right now. So see what's really going on here.
All right. Keep up the good work. I'm enjoying the show, and I'll talk to you I guess next week.
Appreciate it, Ken. Thanks a lot, man.
All right.
Yeah, LQMT. There are people buying and holding this thing. I mean, they're buying the bottoms, lower highs. Higher lows rather. Higher lows, throughout, every single month you're finding yourself in profit every month. In fact, let's look at the monthly chart and this, and there it is. I mean, that's the monthly chart, every candlestick being a month. And since 2016, it's been pretty good. It's been pretty good. So I would look into what's going on with the company. I would look into what's going on with the company. Yeah. Yeah, C-Trader just gave you the answer. Let's take a look at BTCS. BTCS. Let me go back to my daily. This is the daily chart on BTCS. You know, we heard some things that they were going to have the merger. BTCS had signed a non-binding letter of intent to merge with Blockchain Global. I mean, if anybody knows what that deal entails, please let me know. I mean, it's been over, you know, a week and a half now. Well, no, I would say a week, not that long ago. Maybe a week and 2 or 3 days since that letter of intent went public, and I don't see, you know, I don't really see any excitement building up in the chart because of the merger. But then we just got done talking with Ken and letting him know that on the OTC side, that's just not, you know, the companies are already struggling as it is. So, you know, in this exchange, they want to see you making gains toward becoming a more viable business. And that doesn't necessarily entail, you know, merging with something else. You know, they want to see you start with whatever it is you have and making that bigger. You know, and making that bigger. So it is what it is. What's going on, Lawrence Kane? All right. So let's see what else was hot today on the exchange. PYDS and Africa Emporium had brought up PYDS yesterday. I'm surprised he got off the phone. He didn't mention it, but PYDS did this was awesome today, man. I don't know if you were in it or not, but I mean, you put it in the chat room, and I saw the play yesterday, and the volume just wasn't there. I mean, the volume showed up today, but yesterday on that play, I didn't see the volume in it. I just did not see the volume in it. But today, you know, the confirmation of the love that people have for the stock showed up, man. This is a stock that averages only 39,000 shares. All of a sudden today putting up 4.5 million. Putting up 4.5 million and being our #1 stock on the exchange today on NASDAQ. 510, you're on the air. What's up?
Oh, I'm trying to talk to Sam.
Hey, yeah, you're live on the air. What's your name?
Oh boy, Peach. I'm in the chat.
Oh, okay. Appreciate it, man. What you got to talk about today?
Just trying to find out about this ticker AVEO.
AVEO. All right. Avion Pharmaceuticals. All right. Seems like it made a nice move back in June. And it's been hanging up pretty well up there in the mid-2s. Broke out to past the 3s. Nothing on the chart today. I'm guessing, are you already in the stock?
Yeah, I got in there when it was like 345.
Okay.
It's down. As soon as after I got in, it started going down. But I think it's going to go up though.
Well, I don't know what's going on with their products right now. I see that they definitely got some news out here. They dropped some, in fact, even today. Looks like they got their cancer drug approved in Europe. That's what's got the stock, you know, hanging really well up there. They're seeing possibly some potential here in the States.
Yeah, that's why I stayed in, because I saw it hanging.
Yeah, I mean, see what happens with it over the next couple of days. I mean, you know, it's got some potential. I mean, obviously, just looking at the news, it's got some potential. Beware, there is some declining volume in the stock. But I think the July and the late June numbers are kind of throwing that off.
Okay.
You know, you're at 345. Okay, so that's not, you're not too bad off that. I would set up.
Do you think do you think the volume could be going down because people are buying and holding?
Well, that and yeah, that could be a possibility. And you know, it looks like, you know, this situation in Europe happened a couple weeks ago, so it's throwing the numbers off a little bit. But you know, find out what the drug is. You know, where are they in terms of, you know, U.S. stateside. Find out what they're doing stateside with the drug. Are they applying for approval? Have they already applied for approval? Are they pending approval? Figure out what their flagship drug is doing on the stateside, because that's what's got people excited and holding the stock right now. I would still set a tight stop on it because you are pretty high up there.
All right. Thanks for the advice, man. That was good advice.
Appreciate it, though. Take care, man.
All right. Bye.
Yeah. So I don't know what's going on with the stock on this side of the water, but it looks like, you know, whatever's got it going on in Europe is got people excited about and holding those shares, man. They're holding those shares, and that support is pretty strong. So we'll see what happens. But I would definitely have a quick, a tight stop on that. I probably wouldn't accept anything below 3 on that one. In fact, that's probably be my out would be 3. But they're buying those. They're buying those cheap shares when they do become available. They're buying them up. So, but that doji was a really interesting candlestick for today. I mean, yeah, I would watch that tomorrow. I'll be very careful on that. What's going on, Stock God? Yeah, people are holding. Learn more about it though. Yeah, all the calls are looking real good in the best of the best. I mean, you really can't go wrong. Google, Nvidia, Tesla, Amazon, Apple. You really can't go wrong right now. I think now, I would find something in the money and then find something a little bit out the money that you can just kind of sit and pancake on. Maybe going into as far as December or even January. I think you'll have a very nice Christmas. The market has made it very clear what direction it wants to go in. Yeah, just not, as I said earlier, won't fight it no more. All right. Ziop. Yeah, the Q said, put some respect on my name. ZIOP, Ziopharm Oncology. 3% gain today. Man, that's an ugly looking chart. Woo! I mean, I don't know where this thing is going. Look at that. Look at that chart, man. That is ugly. But so far, last couple of days have been real nice. I mean, you're up from the mid 5s up over $1.20 since the 21st. So last, 10, 12 days have been quite a ride for ZIOP. In fact, I'm going to write this down because it's looking like a short. It's looking like a short because I want to see what's really got this excited, because if it's some bullshit, but it did breach its 50-day moving average. Let me put that 50-day moving average on there. Yeah, there it is right there. Breached it real strongly too, so definitely keep an eye on this. But as you can see, this is one stock that once it gets, when investors start taking profits, they definitely start taking profits. All right. And it can be a while for it to get to what it used to be. So if you're up big in it, I would definitely take some. BLKG. Yeah, we had, in fact, Bill Betts, I don't know if he's in the chat room, but he hit me up saying he made some money in BLKG. Let's take a look at BLKG. This is a stock I called a scam not too long ago when I was doing my Citron research type stuff. And BLKG up 60%, so I guess he's holding some of the triples in that stock. I mean, lottery ticket, hold on and see what happens. It's definitely a stock that gets promoted, so we'll see what happens on it. But we know why it ran, because what oil did today. And oil, I think, is going to be in play as well tomorrow. For those of you guys who live here in the South, you may have heard the fact that the state of North Carolina issued a state of emergency because they are running low on crude oil right now. So that's a big issue. That's going to be on the mind of traders tomorrow. And that's why before we end the show, we're going to take a look at some tickers regarding oil, because there are a ton of beat up oil plays out there. In fact, we had John from I want to say it was John from Florida call up yesterday. He brought up CHK, and I was watching CHK today, but it just, the volume was there, strong volume, but we didn't get the breakout. I thought we might get a nice push out from that lows, because you know, this is an oil. It does have a natural gas component. In fact, I think the natural gas component is bigger than the crude side, but it's still oversold, and it's got solid volume, great market cap, big company, based out of Virginia. You know, there's upside potential here. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm in it, and we'll see what happens. You know, looking for some 380s, 390s, just a 1 or maybe 2 day real big push out of that oversold area. We'll see what happens. Yeah, Q's making new highs, man. Q's making new highs. We just got done talking about that. Q's making good highs. Gonna show that you know, chart busting screen again one more time. You know, I mean, what can you say? You know, when you analyze a chart and it busts right through it, you know, it's clear. The bankers, the ETFs, the large money, they've made a decision that, you know, they're gonna buy these lows, and they're just taking even bigger positions, you know, in stocks that have already been winning. And people are following suit now. They feel comfortable that the banks think that this is going to continue to go on, and they're buying as well. All right, somebody's saying Zion Oil, ZN. Zion Oil Farm. I mean, Zion Oil was a runner, but you got to remember, Zion was kind of running even when oil was shitting on itself. So I kind of thought that this was kind of like a pump and dump kind of situation. I would take a closer look. I would take a closer look at you if I were you into that business. All right, take some time, you know, and really understand what is this, how legit the business is. We've learned and been here long enough to know that just because a stock trades on the NASDAQ doesn't mean it's a legit play. Oh, and by the way, I dropped a really good book by Martin Pringe called Technical Analysis for the Short Term, for short-term traders. It's not, you know, a hard read, no big words. In fact, it's actually a picture book. Because y'all, every time I put up a book, everybody says, oh, it's too many pages and blah, blah, blah. So it's basically a picture book. You can't get any less easy than that. I dropped that in the Discord. It's pinned in there. You can get that in the Discord room. Download that and look it over. Some great tips in there. You might like it. LGBS. Legends Business Group. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. MIM 2C88. I mean, it's a lottery ticket. Take it. Your number could get called. I'm not going to say your number won't get called because, you know, as soon as I say that, it'll run and you'll get your 300%. My size, 81 cents a share, up 15% today. You know, stock's real beat up, though. Real beat up, though. It was a short for me a long time ago. A long time ago. It was this summer, but feels like forever ago. Did something today, though, on very light volume. Yeah, AMD under 10. AMD under 10, still holding on. AMD was under 10. Excuse me, was under 10. Still holding on, though. You know, above it, but I don't know. I mean, we'll see. It's holding on. Actually, that's 12. You got a long way to go. Here's AMD. Let's go back. AMD is such a pity runner of NVIDIA, though. Such a pity runner of NVIDIA. You know, a lot of people try to compare both companies, but NVIDIA is such in a class by itself. You know, it's such in a class by itself. But AMD, you know, running aggressively. I mean, the market's turning up. So AMD, can we say AMD 15? I don't know. But it's a pity runner. No, Sears is still alive and well. Sears is still alive and well, man. In fact, I thought the stock was doing pretty. Hold on. Sears is SHLD, right? SHLD. Is Sears? Yeah, Sears is still out. Yeah, there you go. SHLD. In fact, they were turning things around. All right, from June. Looks like from middle of June, they were turning things around, man. They were turning things around. All right. I wouldn't hold it though. Obviously, I wouldn't hold it. I mean, retail is retail. I don't care what these analysts are talking about because, you know, sometimes when a dying market makes a small, you know, but strong bounce, you know, all of a sudden these articles come out and you'll see them on Market Watch and on Forbes, on Business Insider, and all these, you know, Benzinga, these websites that I read in the morning, and like, yeah, retail making a comeback. What? Hell no. What are you talking about? You know, 10 good days and it's like the internet's going away or it's a fad or something like that. Come on, man. But I understand they need something to write about. I would hate to be a business writer. I mean, I don't know how some of these people write these articles all day because I would just lose my mind being a business writer. XXII. This has been a winning stock for, you know, quite a while. At the beginning of late July, early August. It was a stock we had talked about, you know, pretty aggressively, but then started to sell off, and I noticed it didn't come up again in the chat room. And, you know, it's doing what it's doing. I mean, they label themselves as a healthcare company. They had an FDA, you know, approval. What was that? Is that a couple days ago? Post-exposure prevention of rabies infection. Do your research on them. But it looks like they've had a really good 2017. Although they've sold off aggressively, but there's been a lot of dip buying in the stock, as you can see. Not bad. Appreciate that, Sinclair. Everybody press like. Let's take a look at BAA, the Congolese gold play. BAA up 8%. You know, we kind of talked about, man, look at that. The stock did exactly. We talked about this play. We completely talked about this play, and we talked about that 44, 46 being the exit, and look what it did. Beautiful. But now it's fighting it, though. It's kind of fighting it, just where we marked it off at. I wouldn't get in here. In fact, this is where we talked about, you know, the area of taking profits. So if you're looking at it now, you missed the boat. Now, if gold starts getting higher and it breaks out of that, then sure, see what you can gain, you know, on those higher levels. But the move was, you know, at below 30. That was 25, 26 cents a share, you know, opportunities there when you were, you know, 14, 15 on the RSI, and then you were to play them up to the 40s. Yeah, real disappointing in BW. You know, look, we got to the 230s today and couldn't hold it. You know, some people may say a green day is a green day. I saw some people on stock twits. Well, green is green. Nah, I mean, I'd like to see this actually jump up now. You know, let's get out of it. I wanted to get out of this by Friday. Now I'm going into Friday with these shares and with, you know, a couple $1,000s locked up. I wanted to be out of this. So, you know, can we get it tomorrow? I don't know. But I wanted to be out of this situation. But profit is profit. 1 cent, it is what it is. All right, but we still got a lot of great volume in it. But the more people we get in it, the more, it kind of bothers me a little bit. Yeah, BAA float got lowered. It used to be 110 million. If you go back on the BAA news sheet, they reverse split. So BAA, got that float down by reverse splitting. So that's a good thing for them. But because for a long time BAA was trash. RMRK, Remick Gold Company. OTC Gold Play. OTC Gold Play. Don't know much about it. Yeah, SZSMF, when I talked about it a long time ago, people were really about it, but I liked it at the time. But unfortunately it just couldn't hold those higher prices. And it ended up selling off. But I like the CEO. He's a young guy. He kind of wants to be this gold maven. But that was really before people believed in the mainstream anyway. Believed in Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? So gold was still something people researched and fancied. Now it's all Bitcoin. So I like gold for the short term, but I just don't think it can compete with the cryptos. I don't believe it can compete with the cryptos. But speaking of the cryptos, we talked about GBTC yesterday a little bit. But if you guys saw, in fact, shout out to Ken for bringing me the article. The guy from Citron Research, he came out and shitted on GBTC and basically said that the company was a fraud. And do you know what you're really investing in? How legit is this company, this ticker, this fund, it busted out over 1,000 a share. Now at 1,005 a share. Not too long ago in July, we were talking the low, mid to high threes, 350s, 370s. You're up over $700 now, or nearly $700 now in this Bitcoin investment trust that trades shares over the counter on the OTC exchange. How legitimate is this business? This is a question I've asked you guys here over the last 2 days, and he's taken obviously the short side of it. There's no doubt in my mind he's short, and hoping that this could possibly be coming down. And boy, that's a big drop if that comes down. That's a lot of money that could be made there if this comes crashing down. If he can get people to believe in that stock. Yeah. So it didn't help though. I mean, he crapped on it, but it didn't help. The following is pretty loyal. It's not that big. He may have done himself a disservice by actually bringing attention to it because, it didn't have a big following. Now that he's brought it up, you might see people who'd want to get in just to squeeze them. The stock actually gapped up today. I'm 100 with you there on that, Kenneth. Absolutely. So as long as we are stuck on this planet, gold will always be valuable. Yeah, but that's the problem because every single ounce of gold that's ever been mined is still on the planet. Going back to the days of Christopher Columbus and Jesus and the Romans, every single drop of gold that's ever come out, it's still here. It's not the same for Bitcoin. You're talking about a limited supply of currency. There's some cryptos that actually have a declining scale where actually they start to disappear after a certain period of time. And here's the thing. In comparison to crypto, in comparison to gold, with crypto, you see all the transactions. You know where all the money is at. With gold, I don't know how much you're hoarding. I don't know how much you could be, it's 19 or whatever, 100 ounce or whatever it's going for, but I don't know how much that guy has. But with Bitcoin, you just, you can look at the ledger and see how much is out there, see all the transactions that are taking place. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think, I don't know. I don't know. I think, crypto could be the real thing. It said gold is becoming the preferred currency other than crypto. Yeah, gold will always have its fans. But my thesis is that the people who are in crypto would be in gold if it wasn't for crypto. All right, let's get back into the tickers. 916, you're on the air. What's up?
Yo, what's happening, Sal? It's Kelly Robb.
Hey, what's going on with you, Kelly?
Oh, nothing much, man. I'm sitting here watching you guys talk about the cryptos, and I wanted to drop some real crazy charts on you.
Go ahead.
But you won't be able to look them up in TradingView. Like, you're gonna have to get your web browser going and go to CoinMarketCap.com. Okay,
so CoinMarketCap. So you guys at home can follow along on your end. I'm not gonna have the time to put it on my screen. But I'm at the CoinMarketCap.com. Okay, it looks like it's got a list of cryptos here.
Yeah. So that's what you should be looking at. Hold on, I got you paused on YouTube, so I can't see what you're seeing. But you should have a list of all the cryptocurrencies.
Well, it's not going to be on my screen. So just follow. Just let me know by going through it, and the people at home can take their time to do it on their end as well.
Okay, basically, the crypto game is really complex. The things that drive the markets, no one really knows what they are. And there's no regulation. So this is like the wild, wild west of trading. Like, if you thought, you saw some really nice OTC pumps, you should go to the CoinMarketCap and go look at some of the coins and see the types of gains they've had. And me and ATL, we were talking about it yesterday. It's a joke. Like, they have this little crypto pump called RiseCoin. Wow. It's a crypto pump, and it's called RiseCoin. And since we were talking about it yesterday, it's like up 90%.
Wow.
And so I think and I don't think it's a great thing for investment. I think it's a good thing for traders that know how to trade and know how to manage their risk with stop losses and know how to play breakouts on volume. I think there's so much opportunity here, and there's so many coins, and there's so many nice charts that I can't even look at the OTC markets anymore because I feel like I'm missing out.
Yeah. No, I don't blame you. Now, for the people who want a piece of this, how do they go about, buying some of these alternative cryptos other than Bitcoin and Ethereum? Are you using like Coinbase? What are the brokers that are giving you access to these things?
All right. So anytime you have a cryptocurrency, you have to have a wallet to store it in. And Coinbase is like the most popular one, but they only store the 3 best coins. They don't store every coin in the world that's out there. They store Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. Those are the 3 safest, most popular coins. And there's a bunch of these other pump and dumps. But the way it works is you have to somehow accumulate some Bitcoin. And either you can buy it with US dollars or you can mine it with computer hardware. So you never actually have to you have to drop money on hardware, but you don't have to actually transfer from a bank account, right? So it's not linked to anything. You can keep it a little bit anonymous that way. And then once you do have some Bitcoin, there's tons of different exchanges. Just like when everyone's looking at level 2 and they see Arca, EdgeX, and all the different exchanges, and they all have different prices at that specific time. And that's the way the crypto market works. There's not one place that these things are trading. They're trading multiple places. And then it becomes complicated when you try to play these pump coins, these pump coins come out on all these different brokers, and so it's kind of a problem establishing brokerage that, like, there's no brokerage that you could have or a trading exchange that trades every single coin.
Yeah.
But one of the most popular ones is Bittrex.
Bittrex. Okay. And how do you determine the difference for the people also watching, the difference between a pump coin and one that's actually like trying to become something? Because I got the chart of NEM. I'm not sure what kind of coin this is, but it's going for 30.
Oh, I've heard of it.
33 cents right now. I'm looking at it. I'm like, okay, shit, I can drop, 500 on it and see what happens. I mean, it's up quite a bit just since from the 17th, up over 200% just from the 17th of July. So I'm thinking, how do I know this is legit or one that's just out here trying to actually do something?
No, I believe like Bitcoin is the legit investment, and it's also volatile where you could lose a lot of money. And if you're gonna go into trading these coins, you should be trading them like the riskiest OTCs in your life. Like there's nothing in here that you can trust. All you can trust is price action, breakouts, and volume.
Absolutely.
That's it. Just like an OTC play. When you see that sucker start to run up, you hop in and set a little stop loss on it, and hopefully you're just not buying at the peak,
Yeah. Gotcha. All right, man. I really appreciate it, man, and also the people watching appreciate it. Thank you so much for the call, bro.
Yeah, I hope so, man. I hope you guys start looking at this every single night and start keeping track of these coins, man.
We'll do. Thank you so much.
All right, have a wonderful night, Sal.
All right, you as well. Thank you for the call, caller. Shout out to that caller for dropping some game on us. I appreciate that, man. Somebody mentioned a coin called Potcoin. Man, it's like, there's a lot of little crappy coins out here. I'm looking at Digibyte, Civic, Nexus, Game Credits. What the fuck is that? No Limit Coin. No Limit Coin. And then some of them have funny names like District Zero and First Blood Coin. I mean, just a lot of crap. All right, so appreciate that. Thank you so much for the call. All right. Now, let's get back to what we know about. But yeah, I definitely agree that we need to start at least, looking at Litecoin and Bitcoin on a regular basis and keeping an eye on what they're doing. Because, these look, money's being made now. I mean, it's been making money, but, if we're going to talk about Bitcoin 10,000, I might want to be a part of that. Even if I don't want to buy one Bitcoin. But it definitely makes sense to put something in Litecoin or Ethereum or even Bitcoin, even if you only can afford a percentage of it that you're willing to risk. BLDP, Ballard Power Systems. This was an interesting company because BLDP, if you guys remember, they sold one of their systems. They're, if I remember correctly, they're a company that has this thing where it uses ocean waves to produce electricity. And they had sold one of their products to the nation of Japan. And that was not too long ago. I want to say probably around here somewhere. Maybe around here. You might want to do the research on it. But definitely either the beginning of this year or the end of last year. But the company so far, it looks like is, buyers are holding shares, thinking this can become something real. Do your research on it. Somebody said buy Bitcoin from Coinbase, then send to Bittrex for trading. Okay. Bovash uses Bittrex. Okay. That's good. That's two people from in here that trust it. Not bad. Yeah, as long as you can trade them, I mean, yeah, you got guys making money on that stuff. And again, I had Africa Emporium on almost an hour ago now, and you know, I like the upside there. I mean, you got guys up over $11 already. $11 already. Yeah, Bill Betts, we analyzed your BLKG. Looking like a nice play. MGTI, I mean, look, what did you expect out of this stock, man? What do you expect out of a company that's led by a child molester? MGTI down 20% today. Down 20% today. You know, that's just, you know, horrible for that stock. But we'll see that very shortly back into the twos and a low one soon enough. Desert Ed says PYDS can go one more day. We'll see. We talked about PYDS earlier today. We'll see what happens with that. Ricky Lindo up $28 on Litecoin. Yeah. MGTI is a great short. It is a great short. It's been a loser before. We've seen this very much before with MGTI. Whenever, you know, Mr. John McCaffrey needs cash, he reaches out to a bunch of promoters that do him a favor. And, you know, once it gets to a certain level, he starts to shit on, you know, those traders. And that's, we've already seen this. I mean, you could have easily looked at the chart and said what was going to happen. No surprise here. That's what's great about being, you know, a CEO of a publicly traded company. I mean, you can do this over and over and over again. And there are many OTC companies that do this over and over and over again. Great way to make cash. Turning paper into real money every day. You got people on the NASDAQ who do it. That guy who owns Dries. Now, Dries, which is really cool because it's actually a legitimate business. You know, but he hides that OTC bullshit, you know, behind that legitimate business. AMFE. Yeah, we saw this earlier. AMFE still hanging up there, trying to do its best. Yeah, I already talked about that on John McCaffrey. You got to go look at that video that came out on HBO about him. Go look up that movie that came out about him not too long ago. That guy was doing some horrible things to poor kids out there in Belize. You know, they'd go up to his house to beg for money, and then, you know, he would. I mean, these are underage teens, too, by the way. PYDS. Yeah, we just pulled up PYDS. Give me some tickers, guys. Y'all just chilling, watching the show. All right, let me pull up some tickers then. AU, let me see, ZVE. NAK looking like a star again. Let me see NAK. I haven't heard from Anthony in a while, but NAK looking like a star. We set it up for 181 being the breakout and very much hit 180. Ooh, hit 180. 181. We said 181 could be a start of a new run. And sure enough, 181 it's close. Very, very close on NAK. GMGI. Let's take a look at that. Golden Matrix Group. OTC gold play. I see a lot of OTC gold plays we're running today. OTTV. Appreciate that low key. VIVA Entertainment Group. No gain on the day today. By the way, they're giving out free I think they're giving out their service free for 30 days if you have an address in Houston. You know, they'll give you the service for 30 days free. I guess it's supposed to be like their way of just being able to help these people kind of keep abreast of what's going on in the world as long as you have a phone. RETC OTC play. Don't know much about it. Do your research on it, but 2 million shares traded today. Definitely some unusual volume there. Robbie Hardway, KWBT. Not familiar with this one. QTNT Biotech, very illiquid. Only 300 shares traded today. EPE. Don't like that chart either. EP Energy play. I don't like the chart. You guys know we've fallen in love with these low risk oversold situations. I actually love the chart. Decent volume. I'd love to see a lot more volume, but I mean, average is 590, which isn't bad. You had an 800 share day today with a 7% gain, up 21 cents. This could be the beginning of something. I actually like it where it's positioned right now on the chart. Take a look at EPE tomorrow. I would write that down, ladies and gentlemen. I'd write that down. We are in the middle of what could be a gas crisis right here for people who live in North Carolina. By the way, all the refiners down there in the lower Texas, Houston area, they're all closed. They are all closed. All right. Also, some of them in Louisiana have told their workers to go home. They have told their workers to go home. Very well could be an opportunity to trade this one higher. Just looking at the chart. What is that, 315? Damn, that's not too far. 331. 331 is the break. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm going to set that there. And see what happens with this tomorrow. But we talked about the stock that's right now going to Pluto after hours, and then let's keep an eye on EPE tomorrow. It's going to be interesting. All right, see what you guys are talking about. MARA, Marathon Patent Group. Yeah, that was another big winner today. Nice move on that. 3-4 days now, some solid moves in Mara. Yeah, I see the cup pattern there developing there. Pretty clean pattern too. CCTL, I believe that's an OTC coin, Coin Citadel. Supposedly supposed to be a Bitcoin play. I don't know how legit it is. Apps, a stock that used to be one of my favorites, man. Digital Turbine used to be one of my favorites. 101 is like, that stock's just, $1 has just always been an issue for this stock. You can go back for some time. $1 is just such a huge issue for this thing. So I don't know about apps anymore. It's become so illiquid as the street has really just gotten tired of it. But they've got an interesting technology and interesting business partners. But I'm talking Fortune 100 companies use their products, but they can't figure a way to make the chart look better. IPI, Intrepid Potash, don't know anything about the company. They're listed as an agricultural chemical company. As you can see here, broke out of my 257 resistance, and now at 371. Would have been a solid buy and hold there. Didn't pay attention to it. Now at 371 from where I last took a look at it. Looks like it was January 9th. I placed it at 257 line. Nice move. On IPI. Yeah, IPI looking for the breakout up there too, by the way. And you've been hot for some time, so buyers are loving it. Yeah, we took a look at BVTK. We already saw BVTK. Not too bad of a chart, and I'm not sure on it just yet. I'd get in that slowly. XTNT, Cali 187, bringing it up. Nice trolls. He failed up here. It's trying to hang on to it. So let's see. Again, it's just the liquidity is just not there on it. I mean, only 400,000 shares traded today. You know, let's look at the 5-minute. I'll show you how, you know, when you're trading stocks that are that illiquid. I mean, this is basically how the chart looks on a 5-minute. And, you know, somebody might say, hey, this looks really nice. I mean, 68 to 75, you know, but, you know, one person with a crap load of shares could have sent this whole thing going the other direction. You know, only 460,000 shares were traded today on that. Let's get back to the daily chart. You know, but again, I think there's some better plays out there. But again, I've always said, if you see something I don't see, 305-600-2896. Lines are open. BLUE, let's take a look at it. All right, Bluebird, this is the biotherapeutic company. I think Bluebird, doesn't Bluebird the bus company too? Let me see. Is it bus? No, okay. Because I swear Bluebird, the bus company, is also publicly traded. You know the school bus company, Bluebird? I think. Last I checked, anyway. It's been a couple years now that I've thought about the company. Bluebird Bio, BLUE, $124 stock. Yeah, Marathon Oil, MRO. I don't know if you guys remember Bad Scientist asking me what would I think a stock that, you know, if I wanted to put 50 grand in, what stock would I buy? And if I had to put 50 grand in, I would put it in Marathon. You know, over what, 4,000 locations across the country, $9 billion market cap right now. I mean, this is well below what it should be going for, but is it going to be like this forever? No, probably not, but, you know, until oil turns around, it is what it is. Nice move, 2% today, you know, but I think they've no doubt got the cash to withstand, you know, what's been going on right now in oil. Check the balance sheet, too. You might want to check the balance sheet on there, but last time I checked, this company is sitting on a ton of cash. Sitting on a ton of cash. Yeah, enterprise value is $13 billion. They're currently trading for a $9 billion market cap, but they've got a $13 billion current valuation based on, you know, the price of oil right now. Yeah, USRM is a piece of shit. We talked about USRM. It's a crappy stock. We talked about that the other day. TGGI, Trans Global Group, 000 play. Looks like somebody's buying here. Don't know what's going on. It's done some things in the past, a long time ago. TGGI. I don't even know if the stock is compliant, so you're going to have to figure out. Go to OTCmarkets.com, put the ticker in. If you get a red, you know, sign or a skull and crossbones, just fuck over it. GG or GLLK is the ticker. Another 000 play. Looks like the float is way too much on this one, man. 12 million shares moved today, and it didn't even move a drop. So the float could be real huge on this. Yeah, go ahead. Let me go ahead and make you a mod so you can use that. Go ahead, Mac. DXTR. We had somebody bring this up, DXTR, earlier in the show. You know, we showed it's moving up 41. He's looking for 45, 46. He could very well get it. He could very well get it. Zoom in a little bit here, you know, but you got to keep that volume coming in. I mean, it's got almost 8 times its usual volume with today's move. 30 million shares moved today, and it got to 44, you know, before coming down almost 10 cents. Let's look at the 5-minute on the chart. As you see, it gapped up higher, but then ran out of steam. And as you can see here, all the power came at the beginning of the day. It just, you know, ran out of steam. So be very careful on DXTR. But we've seen stocks start just like this. In fact, if you go back to the DCTH runs, you know, that very run started with a chart like this, you know. So we'll see what happens. You know, we've seen stocks, again, start like this where you got the gap up, goes flags right, tomorrow moves higher, breaks the previous day's high, you know, flags right, breaks the previous day's high, flags right. So it's almost like a stair chair pattern. So I'd still watch DXTR because that volume was very unusual today. 6 million is the average, traded 30 million today. I would watch that. PTE, Baytex Energy, oil and gas exploration company. That's the 5-minute chart with today's action. 1.2 million shares traded in that. Nice full chart. Primary trend is bearish, but you had a solid day today to put that back in the winning column. I actually kind of like where this stock is right now, just at 50 on the chart. But here's the thing, though. I mean, I see here on the news, the company temporarily shut down production at one of their plants. Now, here's the thing, though. Where's this plant at? Eagle Ford production plant. The company's based in Alberta, Calgary. So you might want to do some research on where they shut down that plant at. I don't know how it could affect the stock itself. We'll see. Time will tell. Time will tell on BTE. I'd keep an eye on that too. Dirt cheap stock. Dirt cheap stock. Trades on the New York Stock Exchange. Looks like one of those former cash-heavy oil giants like Marathon. Different kind of business, though. Yeah, I did love it last night. I did love SYN last night. And a 5% gain. I thought it would do a little bit more. Honestly, I thought it would do a little bit more. It's one of the smaller candlesticks of the 3 days. So that could be a sign of some hesitation going in. I know we were already really hot, but yeah, I did like SYN, and you know, I thought it would do a little bit more. So that's why when it opened up this morning, I was kind of like, oh, what the hell? What's going on here? And we just didn't get the move we wanted in it. So I don't know. Now, you know, looking at the chart, it's looking like it could be selling off or begin to sell off tomorrow. It could begin to very much sell off tomorrow. That's the 5-minute. Let's see. Let's look at maybe a better time frame like the hourly. You see some weakness. A little bit of that, but it could be squeezing here. That's looking like a wedge, like it could be squeezing, and we could get a squeeze and send. What's the float on that? And again, this is just the hourly, so I mean, it's not necessarily what the chart is exactly doing. But if we look at the daily, yeah, see the daily showing oversold. The hourly showing like it could be squeezing, but you're adding in a lot of end of the day movement, so we could be just being fooled there. But when you look at the daily, it's showing a stock that's needs to cool down, if anything. PTN, somebody bringing up PTN as a short. PTN could be. I don't see it just yet, though. I mean, I wouldn't short this. I wouldn't short this just because there's no real meat here. You know, it's already pretty cheap stock, and it's just not much to get. You're not going to get much. You're not going to get much. More than half of the U.S. production in key chemicals is halted, caused by Harvey's floods. Possible. Okay. Here's the thing, though, man, because, you know, when you halt production of something, you cause the value to go up. So, you know, I think there may be some businesses that you can short that are going to have to compensate by spending more on what is, you know, one of their most expensive liabilities, or expenses rather, expenses next to, you know, human capital. You know, so airlines possibly. I mean, airlines all automatically come to mind. Any type of trucking company, transportation services come to mind. So there's opportunities in some of those other businesses that I would look at in shorting. But the commodity itself, oil, I think you go long in that. I mean, I think you go long in that because the market should respond with a more expensive product because there's not much to go around. See, one of the biggest reasons that oil is where it is because, you know, we got the Middle East situation and we still got production going on like nothing, you know, like there's not cheap oil out there. What's going on, Monk Man? So if you're looking to short, what could get hurt? I'm thinking airlines, ground transportation, and other businesses that are affected by high prices of oil. Comstock Mining, LODE, 19 cents a share. 2 million shares traded today. This one I think is a situation where the float is a little bit out of control on load. The flow could be a little bit out of control on this one. Let me see here. LODE. Yeah. See, 104. I got 142 million shares outstanding. Well, I mean, look, it's 19 cents a share, so it is cheap. But you know, to see something like this move, you need a pretty big. You need some real news to really change this situation. Now, if we were talking about a 19-cent stock that had 50 million outstanding or 30 million outstanding, then we're talking, you know, hell, you know, because otherwise we're thinking this has got to be the next DCTH to really move. DCTH is one of those stocks that's got a pretty decent size float. That's not the most attractive, but the volume comes in like peanuts, you know. GERN. Let's take a look at GERN. Jernon Capital biotech play, working its way down from oversold situation. Keep it on the watch list, man. This is actually looking real nice here on Jernon. I'd play all the way to the top of that, or maybe even just at the top of the body. 232. 232. Nice move there. You hit 224 today, so it's stretching. It's trying to stretch. It's stretching. It's trying. Nice move there on that call relative 9696. Ears was a nice runner way back when. Had a good summer. Where was Ears? Had a pretty decent beginning of summer, but hasn't done so much since. Definitely oversold on Ears. And when I just say oversold, it doesn't mean it doesn't belong. It doesn't belong at where it's at. 21 million shares outstanding on Ears. See, that's what I'm talking about. Something like this, that's nice. 21 million shares, again, if that's accurate. Going for 64 cents a share. 27 on the RSI, although it could go lower. It could very well go lower. All right, but it looks like you've built some couple days of support here of these 60s, these low 60s. It looks like it's kind of liking that and adding on to that. So I'd watch that too. I'd put that on your watch list too. All right, so we got that stock, and we got BW, we got EPE. We talked to IPI as well, and then I would put Ears on there as well too. NBev, New Age Beverages. I think you missed the move, bro. You missed the move on this one on NBev. You may have another green day, but I think you missed it. The move was that 340s right there. Kind of like the stock we just talked about, where we saw the situation where it got oversold and then it starts looking for support. That's where you get in. That's where you get in and be a little bit patient and then work, just allow it to do its thing. But I'm looking at NBEV. We missed the move. We missed the move. I think if you get in now, you're just asking to be padding somebody's profit or to be sold to, and you're a bag holder over, the course of a couple of days. You could be very well back in the low fours, looking at 410, 405 if you're not careful. I mean, this wasn't necessarily a winning stock to begin with. And look at the RSI. Let the RSI lead you too, That can be a very good sign, okay, I think it's a little bit too strong now. So, but I missed the move. And if you're looking to get into it, you missed the move. Waste management. Yeah, waste management. If waste management was cheaper, of course. I mean, waste management is going to $80. I hate the fact that they don't have options or anything like that. But yeah, waste management is the play, bro. When that FEMA money starts coming through, who's going to get it? Waste management will be a big, big winner when that FEMA money starts getting handed out. 386, you on the air. What's up?
What's going on, Sal, man?
Hey, what's up? Who am I speaking with?
This Zeus, man. I'm a first-time caller.
Appreciate it, Zeus. What you got for us today, man?
I don't have nothing. I'm pretty new to this. I was listening to you a while ago, and you was going over that APVO.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you were giving a little game on how you would play that, man. I was wondering if you could go over that one more time for me, man.
Well, here's the thing. APVO, it got the awesome news that just dropped after hours. Let me see where I think we were at 295 last I said.
Right.
APVO. Okay, look, ask is right now at 295. If you don't what broker are you using right now? Just curious.
I got an E-Trade and a Charles Schwab.
Okay, all right. So you have access to pre-market buying and selling. So here's the thing: in pre-market, you're gonna have you possibly could have an opportunity to buy this at a really good price, but as pre-market opens up, 7-ish, would somebody say about 7-ish, 8-ish, you're gonna see people already starting, to buy heavily, and they get a little bit too excited and it gets overextended, and you will see people start to sell, and you might think, oh, going into the trading day, this is selling off. But it might actually, in hindsight, be a great opportunity for you to, do, a small purchase. I wouldn't put my whole position in, but a small purchase, because at the open, you're going to get an opportunity to play, this incredible news that a lot of people who can't take advantage of pre-market, all their orders come flowing in, and you're going to be able to have the opportunity to gain anywhere between 20. I'll say let's go a little lower, from 5 to about 20% on your money within 2 to 3 minutes. I mean, you're gonna have that opportunity, but you're gonna have to be fast. Or if you don't trust yourself, playing pre-market or the morning run, or what you do is you wait, look at the 5-minute chart. Wait for the first red candle. Look for the first red candlestick. Set your moving averages. I like the 4 and 8 on the 5-minute. The 4 and 8 exponential moving average. I'm looking for the first solid red candlestick, and then I'm looking for a corresponding green candlestick showing support, and that's my entry. And I just sit back and see if it holds the moving averages going higher. That's basically all I'm doing.
Right, so if I bought it in the pre-market hours for the low, for a little bit lower than what it's going for right now, and then I set a limit to sell it as soon as it opened up, you think that'll work out?
It could work out. It could very well work out. I mean, we're going for 295 now. If you're lucky enough to be able to still get it, if you can get these at the 260s, 270s, and this is accurate with it being only 17 million shares out there, I think you can be sitting on something real nice, 20 minutes, 30 minutes after the open. You know what I'm saying? You could be sitting on something real nice here because a lot of people are excited about it. I'm looking at stock twits right now. People's talking about it. I pulled it up on Twitter. People are tweeting about it. So a lot of people are looking to see what this is going to do. But again, you know, it's risky playing pre-market. It's very, very risky because this stock could very well open up and just, you know, the floodgates of sellers come in. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, you know, there are two ways to do it. There are two ways to do it.
All right, man. I appreciate all that. I like what you're doing. My uncle put me on you shit about 3 weeks ago. He been following you for a while, man. I'm just not, you know, trying to figure this thing out. And, you know, I appreciate everything, man. I appreciate it.
Yes, indeed, man. Appreciate the call. Call back anytime.
All right, man. Thank you.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, that pre-market buying, man, you got to be really quick with it, and you got to have a balls of steel. But again, you know, that's why we're risking this capital. We could easily take this money and go put it in the bank and earn 1%, if that, for the year. But look, scared money don't make no money. You know, scared money don't make no money in this market. And as I told him, you could very well end up holding a bag even if you get 260s, 270s, which I doubt you're going to get. I don't think you're going to get anything below 3, you know, when this opens up tomorrow. I think it's too late. You know. PYDS, I see Africa Emporium talking about it. You know, that was a missed opportunity. You brought it up yesterday in the chat room. But the volume wasn't there. So we looked at the move and was like, okay, where is it at? The volume just wasn't there. In fact, what was the volume there yesterday? Somebody, let me look that up on Yahoo Finance, because I can't remember what the volume was there on PYDS. But whatever it was, it definitely didn't have me interested in it. But that move today was very surprising. Yeah, 280,000 shares. Yeah, 280,000 shares yesterday from 144 to 160. So I'm looking at, okay, 20 cents a share on 280,000 shares. You know, that's not really going to turn your head. But with today's move, 4.5 million shares, you know, now I'm interested. Here's the 5-minute chart. Here was the move today. Here was the move today from the morning. That's, again, when we talk about what could happen in the morning, you know, again, this is the 5-minute chart. So each candlestick is 5 minutes. So, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 20 minutes right here from, you know, your open, which is 170 to 220. That's a nice move. That's over 20 minutes for you to enjoy that, for you to decide to jump in. You know, obviously the first candlestick, you know, you see that on a 5-minute chart. And in the very second candlestick, 10 minutes in, you see 2 solid candlesticks like that. I mean, come on. You know, you play that, but missed opportunity there. Definitely a missed opportunity there. But you learn something every day on this market, man. You learn something every day. Sometimes these things just aren't what they seem. And that was definitely a learning lesson. When I looked at PYDS, I should have taken note that, you know, the average volume was only 39,000 shares. So when that 280,000, you know, showed up, something was going on there. And I should have really, you know, kept that and put that on my watch list for today. So definitely a learning lesson there. It's that increased volume with increased price. Yeah, but the problem is that it doesn't always work that way. But it does very often happen because of that. And you're very, very right, Desert Edge. That's very true. Stonegate Capital Partners initiates coverage on it. Okay. Now Africa Emporium, is that the only reason it's moving up? Is because an investment bank initiated coverage on it. Obviously, look, for a company with a $20 million market cap, that's with today's move. That's a big deal. I mean, this company had a sub $10 million market cap before today's move. So that's a huge deal, for a company this small. And Stonegate Capital Partners, I've never heard of them. Acquisition should be final tomorrow. Okay, we'll be watching. We'll be watching. All right, ladies and gentlemen, been a great show today. We went 4 days straight. Watched the markets start off pretty poorly in the week, but now, I mean, you saw that beautiful change of direction on Tuesday. And the last 3 days, the market has said, okay, we're back to, going back to, record numbers. Record numbers. Every day setting a new high for the Dow as well as the NASDAQ. And you guys saw it step by step right here on the show nightly. I appreciate every single one of you for watching. Great tickers. Always opportunities to make money every single day in here. You don't need to make a trade to lose your shirt. Because as you can see from this show, I mean, there's just always going to be a play that you can make money on. You don't have to win at every single play every single day. Look for the best setups and the best opportunities that work for you and for, whatever it is that amount of money that you're working with. Okay? Desert Ed says, but can the market make new highs? Well, I mean, we'll see, especially when we talk about the Qs. We pretty much made new highs. We're close to it anyway, close to making new highs. Let's go back on the daily chart. I think we popped up. Yeah, we popped above it. We're 146. That 145.80 was that wall. So we did make a new high today in the NASDAQ. Gained a percent on the Qs. Gained a percent on the Qs. So things are looking up. Things are looking up. And if you are one of those investors that missed an opportunity, to hold and make some real gains, maybe you should really look at now that, the market cooled off and now getting back to winning and getting hot. Maybe look at swing trading. If you don't feel like you're doing a good job jumping in and out of trades, maybe find something that's done very well and, stick around and see how, if that works better for you. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, this market, I don't know anymore. I mean, we're going into the holiday season now. We've got even more reasons for technology to do even better. Black Friday, last 5 years, every Black Friday has been bigger than the last. Better products, better prices. It's just, technology is just, getting better and better and better. Google just released their new VR product. Did anybody see that video with Google's new VR product to compete with Apple? It's insane, man. And what is really cool is that this VR development package that they put out, it's able to work on new phones as well as old phones. So even legacy devices that made 2 years ago, 3 years ago, they're going to be able to take advantage of, VR, or I would say augmented virtual reality, where you kind of see it within your space. Let's not say VR, augmented VR. Yeah. Let me see if I can Yeah, they put it out there. Their new VR product. Probably have it for the next show. Best Buy, yeah, Best Buy slowed off today. I thought Best Buy would continue to sell off. We said it yesterday that they'd continue to, and it had an ugly morning. Trying to recover, though. Trying to recover. Best Buy is definitely going to be looking to recover some of those lost gains. I mean, it's greatly oversold. And for those of you guys who went back after the show and looked at the number, that was a solid number for a retail company in this environment. You know, same store sales higher, revenue higher. I have no idea why the market treated that stock like that. That was a solid number. But Best Buy, yeah, got killed over the last couple days. All right, but you know, the sentiment on retail is negative. The sentiment on retail is negative. And there are going to be a lot of stocks going into the holiday season I'm going to be selling because I don't think anybody's going to be in the mall buying. New York and Company, for example. NYWI, I think they're overextended. You know, New York and Company, I think it's overextended. I think this is a buying opportunity, a shorting opportunity for this play. What else did we talk about? Some of the things that are oversold. Hold on here. I can't remember. We got a few oversold plays on there. I don't want to put out my whole list because that's when they start running. 202 African Emporium, what's up?
Just want to touch bases real quick. The Best Buy. I don't know if anybody was playing Best Buy on the auction side. I know we got our auction players in the chat too, like QTech and Mag and the rest of them guys. Did you see the publication they had on Best Buy about 2 days ago? You know, it tanked because they put out a some kind of I don't know, spoof or whatever that they were selling bottled water for $40 a case during the Hurricane Harvey thing, and people went bonkers on that article. They slammed Best Buy from all ways you can even imagine. A lot of bad reviews. It also caused the stock to tank. That's what caused it to tank.
Wow. So it was the fact that
yes. You can pull it up.
You know what? I saw that on social media, like pictures. I didn't know that was in Best Buy. Okay. So they were selling cases of water for $40. Okay, they were the one gouging. $40
a case. And they thought it was like, you know, a little neat little thing to do, but you know, a little fun and spoof. But people didn't take that kindly. The news publication picked it up on it. Investors picked up on it. You know, social media got wind of it. They just straight trashed Best Buy. Okay. I mean, they drug them through the mud. So that's exactly why they had good earnings and they stopped tank.
Okay, I wondered why
they weren't doing that anymore. I
didn't understand that. I mean, they killed the earnings, so I was surprised to see that. But if that was the situation, hell yeah, man, you buy the options on this and give yourself time on it because it's going to work its way back higher. But if you're talking about a situation where it was a social media thing by some stupid employees, yeah, that's a catalyst for you to jump in and buy when nobody wants it and just enjoy those gains when it comes right back up as people forget.
Right. So I don't know if it was inside, they planned it or what, but, you know, that was bad timing, you know, for the hurricane and them to do that. So you know how these companies are, they sleazy. Yeah. Who knows? They probably put that out just to kind of, you know, attract that kind of attention to get some PR and,
absolutely,
you know, get the price at lower prices, you know.
No, absolutely. I mean, you know, you never know what people will do for money, man. I mean, I don't know if you've ever watched that show Billions, where the guy literally, you know, got people sick just in order to have the stock sell off. So you never know what's really going on behind a lot of these things. So who knows? Side job from an outside investor, who knows? You know.
Right. So. Right, and just like Callie Rob said when he called in, you know, you guys got to be realistic, man. We are traders.
Yeah.
This is our, you know, daily bread. We are traders. We're not here to be emotional creatures to these companies. We're not here to be all, you know, worrying about why the stock moving. As long as it's current, if it's moving, you need to be watching it. You need to be trying to get opportunity every day in this market. So, you know, just keep that, you know, in the back of you guys' mind and make sure you're using the right thing to kind of get you some money.
There it is, man. Appreciate it. Thank you so much, African Emporium.
Thank you as well, brother.
All right. So there's the show, ladies and gentlemen. Our time always goes by so quickly. I feel like I just started talking and now it's 2 hours. You know, I don't know I always promise I'm going to have an hour show, but I just never managed to do it. But it's been a solid week. Looking forward to next week. Oil. We saw oil. We saw a gold run this week. Gold looking pretty nice. A lot of still great stocks that are oversold, that dirt cheap you can still be able to take advantage of. Retail oversold, some bio plays out there that are hanging up there don't deserve it for that much. It's going to be an interesting Friday. Because I want to see how real these oil movers are. We'll see how real these oil plays are. All right. You guys out there down south surviving the storm, getting my prayers out to all those people down there in Houston. It's going to be a lot of work to get your lives back on track, but we're all here with you, and I hope you guys really get the help you need, because you're taxpayers and you definitely deserve it. All right. So again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. With that being said, let me put the outro up. And no, let me not play that Kanye. They be trying to shut my shit down. I'm playing that Kanye. Hold on. Let me I'll just play that reliable. Always in the mood to hustle, man. Always in the mood. Appreciate it. Kenny Rosenberg. Bad Scientist. Appreciate it. I don't know, Bats, if you just came in or not, man. We, came in late on me today, bro. Africa Emporium, thank you so much. Brother called up 2 times. Dropping some great heat on us. Stock God, thank you so much. Of course, join us, as always, in the 24-hour chat room, the Discord room. Saturday always has Tyson Bats in there delivering some really good heat. I know last week they didn't do it because everybody was pretty much watching the fight, but I think he's going to be back to doing big things this weekend. Shout out to Tyson Bats. And yeah, that's the place to be during the day. Dropping that good knowledge. Africa Emporium, Stock Guide, so at ATL Trader, a whole bunch of other traders in that Discord room. The link is in the description. Click the link, sign up, join the Discord room, and join us in there whenever you're feeling like talking. I got a lot of good info in there too, also by a lot of other people. Just dropped that book, Short-Term Technical Analysis for Short-Term Traders. Easy book to read. Take a moment, download it, 2.5 megabytes, very small book. Look it through it. You might see something and learn something. All right. Be safe, everybody. Enjoy the weekend. See you back here Monday night. Take care.